sponsored by Flip Narrative. And remember, if you don't love your story, flip it. I think that's the best part of eBay is the fact that you can kind of fall off, but once you get back on, this is almost like riding a bike. Like once you get back on, just get the ball rolling. As long as you got good stuff, you could
As long
make
as
some
you
money.
got, yeah, because that nowadays that's kind of rough out here.
It is. It is. I remember I was just in Ross yesterday, literally just trying to pick up some bibs for the baby. And I was like, let me check out the shoes real quick because you never know what you might find. Because the last few times I went to Ross, all I was finding was like what's that brand? RBX
Oh
and
Oh,
damn!
yeah. Oh my God.
Nautica and
Bruh.
like
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? The stuff no
yeah.
one wants, you know what I mean? But yesterday I came up on some baseball cleats and they was some what's his name? Mike Trout. And they were
Mhm.
selling for like $80 and I spent $20 on it. So I grabbed those up, but I say all that to say I remember when Ross was hitting, the Nike
Mhm.
outlet was hitting. You could go any time of the day and you'd always find something. Now it's that's not the case.
Yeah. I was in the Nike outlet a few days ago, and
Mm,
I don't really go to the Nike outlet anymore because it's just been dead for
yeah.
shoes. You know what I mean? For shoes or whatever, clothes as well. But I just haven't really gone. And while I was there, I ran into one of the guys who I used to see all the time that worked there, and he said that to me. He said, "Yo, man, you know we haven't had any good discounts on our shoes since December 2019. Was it
Wow.
2020? Since December 2020, man." And I'm like,
Wow.
damn, it's been that long now. And he's like, yeah, man, we haven't. And yo, we lived through it because the last time I did the live with you, I was 100%, not 100, but mainly 93, 94% shoes.
Right. I
Nike,
remember.
UGG, you
Hmm.
know, over this past year, man, I've moved into, I had a major pivot. You know, I moved into everything now. I got a lot of gear, athletic gear. I got
Hmm.
video games, game systems. I bought a ton of limited edition Halloween pumpkin smell Glade cans the other day for like 64 cents a pop. Stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I've been moving into all kind of stuff now because of what they did to the retail out here. Um, and that, in a way, I'm kind of glad that it happened because I don't want to lean on one thing too much. If I'm trying to get in, if you're trying to
Yeah.
get in the reselling game, you got to expand. You got to have enough to keep your business going. You got to know how to pivot and move because nobody's going to let you make a ton of money. You know, like somebody's always going to try to stop that flow.
Absolutely.
You got to be ready
Absolutely.
for the pivot.
With reselling, you got to be resourceful and you got to be ready for change.
Yeah.
Like, if anything I've realized during these 5 years, you have to be ready for change because I went from strictly thrifting, selling clothes, and like pretty much high end used clothes that used to sell for a ton of money. And then I went to strictly shoes for almost 2 years, the Ross, the Nike, the New Balance, all of those. And then when they cut that off, I went back to the thrift and now I'm doing electronics. You know what I mean? So if I kind of stuck to one thing and didn't really make those pivots, I may have tapped out a long time ago.
It does keep things interesting. I tell you
Yeah.
what,
Hmm.
you and Ryan talked me into doing other things, and you and Derek really got me going into the thrift now. And since I've been going into the thrift, I've been having the time of my life.
That's what's
First of
up.
all, I found so many things that I actually need, man. I found a zip drive for my MPC. I was getting ready to buy one of these things online for $100. I found it in the thrift for like
Wow.
$10, brand new.
Wow.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
camera stand, all kind of stuff that I actually needed. But
Hmm.
man, it's addicting because you go in a thrift, spend $10 and make 150. I
You
mean,
can't beat that.
over and over and over and over again. I'll watch you guys do it all the time.
But yeah, just kind of going back to what I was saying in terms of like switching that mindset and really paying attention to the margins. It's one of those things where I used to always tell people, I would pick up a video game for $1 and myself for 9.99, But after shipping and fees, you think you're making $5, but you're really not making, that full $5 because, packing material, the tape, the shipping, the fees, those types of stuff kind of just eats away at the profit. So lately what I've been doing is just kind of focusing more on higher profit items, and not super high profit here. I'm not talking about everything I pick up needs to bring in at least $100. I went from, if I can make $5, I'm good with that, to now I'm more focused on, I need to make at least $15. And thankfully I've been finding stuff that's selling for like 40, 60, $100. So I'm still kind of doing better than I was expecting, but I just kind of had to level up the bar, raise the bar a little bit, just so I can see some more profit.
Cause you felt like you was losing, only for the winner. Move just to keep from cooling, like only for the winner, only for the winner, only for the winner. Boy, my heart is cold, and I'm too cool to sweat it.